Alright folks, this is my 2022 Bug-In Part 2 video, covering all the items that I missed in my first video. Stay tuned. Okay folks, a lot of those items that were not covered in the first video are in the realm of medical and communications, alright? So, just showing you what my medical kit looks like. I do need to get a bag to put them in, but this is what they look like. They're in bins. A lot of Band-Aids, a lot of gauze, a lot of medical tape. Even duct tape can be used in a lot of medical situations. So, and then Neosporin too to, make sure the wounds don't get infected. Moving on to communications, I prefer the Motorola T800 for communications. It can also be used when the grid's down to send text messages. So if you need to text somebody, you can actually do this if you're trained to do it through this radio. So that's a great thing to have. This is a Baofeng ham radio, okay? The antenna I have in my closet still, but this thing works great. This thing, for emergency situations, you do have to have a professional license to use it or to talk into it, but I do plan on taking those classes. And even in an emergency, you can always use this. So, and then just for your FM, battery-powered FM AM radio, I got a Scorpion, Eaton Scorpion radio. Okay, I also have another one like that in my bug out bag. That's a great thing to have, okay, to monitor what's going on. You have to have a battery powered radio with extra batteries, all right? In case the grid goes down, in case you don't have electricity, a battery powered radio. This one has solar and has a hand crank, all right? This is the Scorpion Eaton 2 radio. Right here, you just got a pre-charged cell phone, iPhone charger, okay? This is called a MyCharge. Not sure what the exact version of it is, but this here is good to have. I should have a couple more, but for now, this is gonna get me through. And also just a propane stove. I have 4 camping propane canisters, so if I have to cook food at home, I can do it with this. Just make sure you have adequate ventilation and open a window before you do so. Alright folks, there's an updated list at the hygiene that we have stocked up. You'll see a lot more toilet paper. I forgot to mention in the last video how much wet wipes we have. We have quite a few, alright. Paper towels, industrial paper towels up there. Vaseline jelly. A lot of Purell, a lot of Listerine like we said, right? Even more toothbrushes, toothpaste. Same deal as last time here. A little bit more toilet paper in this one. Okay. And here we said that those wet wipes, flushable wet wipes, and also just antibacterial wipes. TP. All right. All right. Added a little bit more this time to the medicine cabinet. All right. And just keep trying to add to it every month or every couple months. That's the way to do it. So don't forget cleaning products. Vinegars are great. Cooking and cleaning item. Extra water, dish soap, laundry soap. Pine Sol, great for cleaning stuff. Windex, Febreze fabric. Even more stored up water. Okay. If you're gonna have canned foods too, don't forget a good can opener, okay? We got a couple. I have some P58 can openers in my bug out bag too, but just have a couple can openers, a couple good ones. If you're gonna have canned foods, don't lose them. All right, folks, so I think that pretty much wraps it up for what I have for my at-home bug out or bug in supplies. One thing to remember is I do have a lot of supplies that are just for bugging out, so a lot of those items could be applicable also at home. For example, a lot of my tourniquets and things like that, which is just a medical item, are in my bug out bags. So, but I can get a little bit more organized for next year. I think my dedicated at-home bug-in bag could be a little bit better. And I think all my medical supplies should be put in probably one duffel bag, just so that they're organized, just so that if I did have to leave in a moment's notice, I could bring them all together and not in separate bins. But that's one thing to build on for 2023. So this was 2022. So, but I appreciate you guys. And, the main thing is just have the basics, have a 3-day supply of food, water, have a radio. Please just have an FM, AM radio with batteries, and have a good first aid kit. Okay. Have a battery powered lantern and a battery powered flashlight. Okay. If you have all those, you got the basics. All right. FEMA recommends about 10 items. You can look it up at what exactly they are, but I'm sure I have them all. I think the only thing that I don't have is the plastic sheeting, which is for a nuclear disaster, which, well, shit, I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, but plastic sheeting is another thing you probably might want to have. But as far as the basics, just the FM AM radio, canned food, and stored water. That's pretty much the basics of it. And one of the things about prepping is you keep going back to the basics, you keep going back to the foundation. I have a lot of items. I have a lot of stocked up things in my car too. When you think about it, a little bit of food, a little bit of water for just in my car. So bugging is a whole different. And I think I'll do another video. I'll do a part 3 on board games, because you can't forget entertainment. You can't forget, keeping yourself entertained during a bugging situation. That's very important too. So, but as far as the basics and the necessities, I feel like I could last about 6 months before I'd have to start hunting and pillaging and doing all those things. So I'm pretty confident that me and my roommate, just by ourselves, could last 6 months. So that's the goal. But so if you're watching this video, if you're unsure where to start, just start with the basics. Start with a couple cans of food and, a couple gallons of water. That's really how it starts. So, and just keep stocking up. Medical supplies, radios, all that stuff. So, Rome wasn't built in a day, but you keep doing it, you keep building it over time, and pretty soon you have a good stockpile. So.